Hello, what is up, friends? Welcome back. So episode 9 of Survivor was a hot mess. We saw 2 people go home this episode. I'm super ready to talk about it, but first, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below to stay tuned with Survivor recaps this season. Okay, let's get started. So this episode starts off with Deshawn coming in hot after last tribal council. He's mad at Heather, but most of all, he's still mad and emotional at Shan from last week. We see Shan and Deshawn fighting, and then they kiss and make up, and then they fight again. It's just it's an emotional roller coaster between those two. The fighting continues when Naseer confronts Heather about her throwing him under the bus during last tribal.
Last night you wrote my name.
I did not write your name.
Okay. You throw my name under the bus, for sure.
And Heather, she tries to lie to Naseer using fuckboy logic.
Throwing a name and writing it are two very different things.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to say it's the same thing.
I did not write your name.
Knowing damn well she threw him under the bus. Look, Naseer may have been born at night, but he wasn't born last night, okay? At one point, Heather goes up to Evvie and she tries to get Evvie on her side. Boy.
Here, Evvie. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When I asked you on your shoulder and knocked on your shoulder, I said, who are you?
Oh, yeah. At travel, you said vote Naseer.
You say that.
I didn't say vote for him. I said, who? You said Naseer.
I totally got secondhand embarrassment watching that scene. I was just like, yikes, Heather, not a good look at all. We get to the immunity challenge and it's an endurance comp. Jeff tells everybody that this time 2 people will be safe and 2 people will also be going home. Everybody is split into groups of 2 and we see that Erika and Xander are actually the 2 people that are going to be safe today. That's pretty hot for them since they're 2 people that are definitely on the bottom of this whole group. Back at the first group's camp, Evvie and Liana's names are the main ones being thrown out. Liana has proven herself to be untrustworthy to people, and Evvie's just really good at the game. Now in this group, we have Danny, Deshawn, and Liana on one side, and Evvie and Xander on the other. And even though Evvie and Xander are outnumbered at this point, I've seen the magic that those 2 can work together. So right now, I'm super confident that they're going to be able to pull something off. That way both of them can stay in the game. Liana, Danny, and Deshawn are all trying to get into Xander's good graces because he has a lot of power right now. So they're trying to convince him that Evvie leaving is the best move. But I don't think Xander's going to be falling for this. So this group goes to tribal and Evvie seems super duper confident that she is going to be staying. And I totally believe her. I'm convinced that Xander is going to use his idol on likely her and Liana is going to be the one going. I mean, at least that's how the edit was really feeding it to us. I'm so convinced that Xander is going to use his idol on Evvie, but as we see, that is not what ends up happening. The votes are read and Evvie is voted out on a 3-2 vote. I was pretty shocked at this one because not only did Xander have an idol, he also had an extra vote, and I figured that this might be a good time to save Evvie and grab an ally on his side since he was on the bottom, but as we see, that's not what ended up happening. It actually looked like Xander was blindsided by Evvie leaving, so I think he fell into Deshawn's trap a little bit. So peace and farewell to Evvie. It was super awesome watching you play. You were super smart and super strategic, and hopefully we'll see Evvie come back. On the other half of the tribe, it's looking like Heather is going to be the easy choice to vote out. Even though Heather is a really easy vote, she's also harmless and not really a threat in the game. At least that's what Ricard thinks. Ricard wants to hatch a sneaky plan to blindside Naseer instead, since Naseer has an idol and has more allies. But his number 1, Shan, is not having it. She doesn't think this is a good idea at all. This was tough. This was a really hard decision. Naseer is a beast in challenges. He pretty much won the Team Tribal Challenge single-handedly a couple weeks ago. Like, he's really good. Heather, on the other hand, hasn't really shown much. She hasn't shown herself to be a threat socially or physically at all. But the thing about Heather is she is not gonna have their back like Naseer Naseer does. Just like I said last week, Naseer adores Ricard and Shan, and Danny and Deshawn too. He really does. I can't say the same thing about Heather and Erika. Heather and Erika are on their own, okay? They will come after any of y'all anytime. So I don't know. I kind of see where both of them are coming from here. But what do you guys think? What do you think would be the best decision? Let me know in the comments below. So this group now goes to tribal, and it still is looking like Heather is going to be the one going home. She's getting a sob story. She's getting a bunch of airtime out of nowhere. So I'm just like, yeah, Heather's definitely a goner, right? But we get to the vote, and it's actually a tie. 3 votes for Naseer and 3 votes for Heather. It looked like Shan used her extra vote and voted 1 for Heather and 1 for Naseer. At first it kind of looked like Shan was just wasting her advantage, but the consensus seems to be that Shan and Ricard made this decision just in case Naseer did use the idol to save himself. It would be more of a foolproof way to guarantee that Naseer goes home. So that was the logic behind that. But I don't know, I feel like maybe there was a way this could have been done without Shan having to use her advantage this time. I don't know. What do you guys think? After the tie, we go to a revote, and since Naseer does not have a chance to play his idol, everybody votes for Naseer, and Naseer ends up being voted out. So long Naseer. I loved watching him play. I thought he was freaking hilarious, and I loved what a straight shooter he was, especially to Heather.
When I went to Evvie, when she said your name, I was like, something is wrong.
Do I buy that? I don't buy.
Even though I am really sad to see Naseer go, I did think this was a pretty nice blindside. So as a fan, I'm satisfied. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on tonight's episode? There are 8 people left in the game, so let's start wagering our guesses. Who can we see being the winner here? I am going to go out on a limb and say that I can see Shan, Liana, or Ricard all possibly being winners here. But of course, I'm interested to know what you all think, so let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.